Welcome back, Slay Gang. Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. You are now tuning in to Slaying It with Ray. If you are not yet a member of the Slay Gang and you would like to become one, then make sure you go ahead and mash that subscribe button for me. If you are already a member of the Slay Gang, then welcome back to my channel. So as y'all can tell from the title of this video, we're going to be doing a hairstylist edition Q&A, which I've been wanting to do for my channel for a long time now, and I'm going to go ahead and make it happen, and we're going to have some fun while we're doing it, so let's get into it. Okay, so I have the questions pulled up right here on my laptop. I'm going to do 10 questions so the video isn't too long, but I hope y'all can engage with me. Let's get it started, okay? So question number 1, what age did you start doing hair and who taught you? So I started having the passion for hair around 10 when I was in the 5th grade. My sister was a senior in high school, and at her high school, they offered the cosmetology program while you were still in high school. So we would be her guinea pigs, so to say. We would always be at the clinic, as they call it, to get her 1,500 hours. We would be the ones who hair she would be doing. So we would be her clients, her practice clients. And I was always like using her mannequins, or I would use my Bratz doll heads to braid on. So I already knew like I had the passion for hair. I started doing hair for money at the age of 17 to make money to support my daughter. Basically, like I didn't want to be like financially dependent on my boyfriend or my mom or my dad to provide for her. So I always knew I could do hair. So I just started offering my hair services at the age of 17, and that's just what I've been doing ever since. I taught myself. I've been a self-taught braider, self-taught like just anything in general with hair. Most of the times I'll be watching YouTube videos, and that's how I learn a lot of things. I'm a visual learner, and that's why I decided to share my stuff on YouTube, because it can help somebody out there, because that's how I learn a lot of things that I do right now. Number 2, do you find it beneficial to provide the hair or let the client bring their braiding hair? I find it beneficial to provide the hair. Hair is included in my pricing anyway, so I just go ahead and I provide the hair. My main reason I like to provide the hair is because I know the type of braid hair I like to braid with. I know where to go get it from, and it's easier that way. Sometimes what I noticed when I wasn't providing the hair, I would tell the client to get the braid hair. They could go to a beauty supply store where the hair wasn't there, and then they send a picture of a different hair like, hey, they don't have this, so is this okay? And so instead of just doing that whole runaround of having the client trying to go search for it, since I know where it is and all of that stuff, I just get it myself, and I just included it in the pricing because it's way more easier and it's less of a hassle. How do you get your parts to be so neat? Number 3, I get my parts to be so neat by putting Shine and Jam in them. So basically, once you do your rough draft part, just add the Shine and Jam in, and then just clean it up with the Shine and Jam, and that's how you're going to get those neat partings. When you do your partings, you also want to make sure you have the right comb, because that comb that you have is everything. You want to get a comb that's kind of sharp. Number 4, how did you start building / gaining clientele? So I started building my clientele. Like I said, y'all, I was a teen mom. So I just needed a way to make money on the side. So at first, the hair thing was just like a little side hustle, just to have money in my pocket. I did a video on this, which I'm going to also have in the description box. But basically, like I started out, I would do specials. I would gain clients through doing like specials. Once I started getting enough clients, I stopped the specials and then just start like investing in my brand. I want to drop the video to that, and that should be the answer to that question. You just want to make sure you're investing in your brand. You want to make sure you're promoting yourself. You want to make sure you have that support system that's also going to help promote you, because that's a great way to like build your clientele and to build your business. Number 5? What made you want to start your own braiding business? So I wanted to start my own braiding business because, y'all, I've always been the type, I don't like to work for anyone. I've worked like jobs on being on people's schedules, and I just don't like it. I know everybody's probably like, I don't like working anyways, but literally for me, like, since I've always been able to do hair, I would be like, okay, I don't really need this job necessarily. Like, I don't have to do this because I can make really good money doing hair. So when I would be like working in the, when I would have like a 9 to 5, as they call them, I would have a 9 to 5. I was not making as much money as I was making braiding. I was making more money doing hair than being on somebody's clock. And then on top of that, I don't have to deal with the people with the whole 9 to 5 thing. I didn't like it. I don't like people telling me what to do or how to do it, when to do it, or just being up in my face. And I was like, okay, I'm just work for myself, make my money like I've been doing. And it's just been something that stuck with me ever since then. Like, I was like, I'm not going to go back working for nobody. I've worked in a salon. It was commission based. I hated it because I was not getting all my money. I was giving her a percentage of my money, and it's just like, what am I doing that for? I could see booth rent because you're just paying to work there, but no, literally in commission, you're giving away every money from every head that you're doing. So you're not seeing all of that money that you're making. So I'd rather just do booth rent, which I do plan on doing. I want to rent out a suite once we move back to North Carolina because my husband's in the Army. So right now we're out in Virginia, but we should be back. You know, that's going to be a whole nother story for a whole nother video. But I do plan to do a suite rental because all I'm doing is paying them rent, and I'm collecting all of my money from doing the heads. So I always knew, like, just working for myself was something that I have to do. Like, it was something that I was going to do. Like, this is what I was made for, to be my own boss. I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I couldn't see it any other way. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna have my own braiding business. I'm a cosmetologist though. So right now I'm trying to like branch into new things as well to have, to add to my services. But yeah, I just always knew I wanted to be my own boss, and it's just been something that's always worked for me. Okay, question number 6. Which hairstyle did you find the most difficult to do and why? Y'all, honestly, I'm not gonna cap for y'all. The hardest style to do is straight back finas. Let me tell y'all, I absolutely hate doing straight back finas. I do them, but I hate it because you have to make sure your parts are straight. So a lot of the times, when I'm braiding, I'm thinking in my head, my client's probably like, why is she taking so long? Why does she keep going over this part? You have to make sure those parts are straight. That's the most difficult style to do. I used to think knotless would, like, when I first saw knotless, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna do those. And then I tried them and I was like, this is a piece of cake. So knotless is probably one of the easier styles to do. But I definitely would go with the straight backs for sure. That's the most difficult style. But yeah, straight backs for sure, the most difficult style. You got to make sure they're straight. And then if your client's hair is thick, you got to navigate through all the thick hair to make sure the part is straight. That's just the most difficult style for me. You know, that's not my strong point, but I still do it. I still manage to get it done. It just takes more time. Number 7, when did you start to realize that your work was worth the amount that you asked for instead of trying to make a price that was suitable for people, if it makes sense? That makes complete sense, y'all. Okay, so at first, I was like just doing pricing just because I'm like, okay, it's gonna be, I was doing my pricing because I'm like, okay, I see these people that complain if this service is over this amount, so I'm gonna have my service at this amount. And then it was just like, okay, I'm spending all this time doing this style and the come out is great. My timing is great. Like, I'm taking my time, I'm putting my effort into it, and the quality is A1. Why am I not charging what I should be charging for that style? So that's when it came in. My sisters, everybody, my friends, they were like, girl, you crazy. You need to go up on your prices. So it took everybody telling me, like, you're not charging enough for your work for me to go up on that price. And once I started getting people rolling in, paying that price with no problem, that's when I was like, okay, I definitely got to up my prices because I'm lowballing myself to please people. But it's like on the back end, I'm not seeing what I should be seeing. So once I did start to raise those prices and I saw that people were still rolling in, that's how I knew, like, okay, this is the right amount for this service. And then I would get like an opinion from the people. Like, what would you pay for this style? Question number 8. How long have you been licensed? I have been licensed for 3 years now. Yeah, it'll be 3 years in June. So I've been licensed 3 years now. I went to beauty school 2016, graduated 2017. I was scared to go to take my practical, so I took my practical 2018, and that's when I finally got my license. I took my written 2017. I was just scared to go to state board for my practical exam, but I passed that when I went in 2018. So I've been licensed for 3 years. And question number 10, what made you want to do hair full time? Were you scared to leave your 9 to 5? I was not scared to leave my 9 to 5. I left that 9 to 5 with no problem. I really didn't have like much of a 9 to 5. My jobs were always like part-time. But like I said, I made more money doing hair. I knew I wanted to be my own boss, so I wasn't gonna go work for anybody when I was making good money like doing hair. Like my one paycheck would be what I could make in like 2 days, and that was bi-weekly, a bi-weekly paycheck. That's how I knew it wasn't for me. So it wasn't hard for me to leave my 9 to 5 to do what I do now. And that is the end of the Q&A. I hope y'all were able to get to know me as a stylist somewhat. I hope I was able to answer your questions for you in a good enough way or whatever. I hope y'all were able to vibe out with me in this video or whatever. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. If you've stayed this long, then thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you. And I will see you guys in the next video.